According to Tony Rev, Ripple XRP's price will suddenly be around $317.80 sometime in January. This will be caused by over $20 trillion entering the XRP ledger from Japan's economy and other big money like BlackRock, JP Morgan. And let's not talk about Swift, which is all set to begin using XRP in 2025. ISO 222 messaging system, backed by central banks globally, will also have their systems go live in 2025. Now, is that true, or is that all just a pipe dream? What's going on, bull runners? I'm here right now shooting this video from my car for the New Year's, changing it up a little bit. I just got done getting some work done over at that, you can kind of see it right there, that Starbucks. But no, I'm not homeless. This is a different change up from my office here in the Bronco. By the way, what do you guys think of the interior in this thing? Full custom with the Bronco stitching right there on the back of the seat, and an absolute mess in the back seat of golf clubs that I should probably clean out, but I might go golfing here today or tomorrow. So first, what I want to cover with you in this video is what's happening right now in the crypto market, and the reason why we all need to start thinking much bigger as the golden age is upon us within the financial system. Guys, everything is going to change in 2025. The US debt clock is showing over $36 trillion in debt, and the USDebtClock.org has been posting these secret hidden windows, giving us an insight into what's to come, not only this year, but over the next few decades that we all need to be ready for. Talking about abolishing the Federal Reserve, what's coming for Gary Gensler this month, what Ripple just did with their escrow account and 500 million XRP, the XRP, the US dollar price chart, Ethereum to Bitcoin's price chart, what's happening right now for Bitcoin's market cap dominance that is going to lead to the biggest altcoin bull run this year. We have to talk about Bitcoin's stock to flow model, Michael Saylor's extremely bullish prediction for the Bitcoin price, and what Elon Musk and Donald Trump have in store for 2025 that could make you so much money you could completely change your lifestyle forever. So if you guys are feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. And if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree this year, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So with Bitcoin sitting at $94,000, XRP up 10% over the past 24 hours at $2.30, we have to dive a lot into this video. Before we do, here's a quick update on the sports account right here. At the beginning of this week, we were at 1.1 million. Right now, we are at about 1.4 million. And at the bottom, you can see the last couple tickets. One was December 30th, another December 31st. They were both wins right there for about 128,000, and another one was 168,000. So if you guys want to learn how to make money with sports, then send us an email right here or just reach out to my Instagram. I would love to jump on the phone with you, hop on a call, show you the strategy that we've developed to win 70 to 80% of games on a long-term consistent strategy. For those of you that believe in diversification, you know, I diversify into a lot of different stuff outside of crypto, but I make these videos for fun to help educate you guys about what's happening in the financial space, investing, crypto, and if other opportunities pop up to help you guys make the most amount of money possible, I'm going to share them with you. So feel free to reach out. Let's help you make millions in 2025. Also, we just updated the Altcoin Pro pricing. It is now at $197 a month or $1,970 a year. And I created this document for you guys that you can get through the description below, talking about the top 10 reasons why not only we created Altcoin Pro University, but why you should join Altcoin Pro University today. Number one, you get grandfathered in for life at the current price point. There's a 30-day, no questions asked money back guarantee. You get immediate access to high value resources and education, which we have sold through our other crypto programs for over $5,000. So this is an insane value at an extremely low cost. You get exclusive bonuses if you become one of the first 1,000 annual members. We have over 1,200 members, but only roughly 280 of them are annual. So those bonuses are still available if you take action as an annual member. And if you act now before the next price increase by clicking the link in the description below, then you get grandfathered in at the current price, because I can't promise you guys that we're going to keep it at this low price forever, because we're expecting to increase the price to about $297 a month or $2,970 a year to maintain the value of the education, number one, and number two, to keep the community exclusive, because we just had so many people join, over 1,000 people over the last 30 days, and we are already giving away so much value for only $97. It was ridiculous. So you guys are going to get access to our research team's roadmap for success in every market condition, and insider level knowledge on how to research the markets. And you can check out our real member success stories already the first 30 days through the link in the description below. When you watch this video right here underneath community, when you get started, you can click on the post your wins section right here. Tommy just captured a 3x on $5,000, yielding over $18,000 after the holidays through the AI narratives that have been shared by our research team. And there's been tons of other wins over the past few weeks, like Eric turning 85K into over $305,000, Tom Ryan helping his girl buy a new car, Jolt booking his vacation with profits, Cameron Alexander turning $12,500 into over $29K with meme coins, and the list goes on and on and on. So guys, check it out. I know you're going to absolutely love it. You just have to click the link in the description below, watch the 26-minute video, and become one of the first 1,000 founding annual members to benefit this entire bull run, because with just 19 days until Trump gets inaugurated into office, and you see videos out there like Elon Musk and his son and Trump celebrating New Year's Eve together in Mar-a-Lago. Of course, you know they're going to do the YMCA together. And with my video yesterday, you guys saw how Elon Musk changed his name to Kekius Maximus, and he just posted this saying, I have a good feeling about 2025. So we're going to start to see some very crazy things happen, some strange things as well too. So what are the chances that lightning just struck all three of these buildings on New Year's Eve? The Empire State Building, this Capitol State Building, the Washington Monument. The odds and the chances can't be that high. Was this an omen of what's to come in 2025? Could this be free energy, weather modification? What does this mean? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, because not only are we going to see a major shift with disclosures on the UFOs, plasmas, weather modification, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, exposing what's been happening with the corrupt politicians, but we're going to see a massive shift in crypto. For example, looking at the Bitcoin price chart, with Bitcoin sitting at $94,000, still above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. If we look at the relative strength index here at the bottom of the screen, it's sitting at 65. We put in a lower high at 78 with this recent higher high on the price chart. And so what this is a bearish divergence that I'm going to get into in a little bit, and what this means that is critical for the rest of this bull run that we saw happen back in 2020 to 2021's bull run, with the RSI peaking out upwards of 94 on that initial rally up for Bitcoin's price to about $40,000. The RSI was upwards of 90, and since then we just continuously put in lower highs while we put in higher highs on the price chart. So this is a sign of what's to come the rest of this bull run, because as we put in this higher high upwards of $108,000 and a lower high on the relative strength index, I'm going to discuss what this means for this bearish divergence and what we need to be ready for Bitcoin's dominance leading into a massive altcoin bull run along with the stock to flow model. But first, listen to this bullish price prediction from Michael Saylor.
So in your presentation, you have this slide twice. The first one, right now, Bitcoin is $2 trillion. You're saying in 21 years, $280 trillion. How do we get there?
What I'm saying is the wealth in the entire world is growing because of innovation, because of technology, but also because of inflation. And people are thinking to sell their Central African real estate to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Siberian natural gas to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Argentine currency to buy Bitcoin. So as people migrate their capital into this global monetary asset, that asset class is going to grow faster than the rest of equity, faster than gold, faster than real estate.
But also, did I read somewhere that you're saying each Bitcoin would be worth the equivalent of $13 million?
Yeah, well, when you crank in the growth rate, which for me, the base case is 29% a year on average for 21 years, that gets you from where we are today to 13 million a coin in the year 2045.
All right, let me know your guys' thoughts on that, because when we look at the Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart, obviously that's not going to happen this bull run cycle, but over the next few decades, when we zoom out, you know, Bitcoin is going to continuously trend up. But what's going to happen over the next few months this year? Well, if you look at the relative strength index right here, we can do this with the RSI, we can do this with the MACD. I'm going to do it with the MACD on the Bitcoin dominance chart, but first let's do it on the relative strength index on the weekly and compare back to the past, because as you guys can see, when Bitcoin rallied upwards of $40,000, saw this initial pullback right here to 29 or 30K, we saw the RSI pull back and another high got put in for Bitcoin upwards of $57,000 by the 22nd of February, whereas the RSI put in a lower high. And when the RSI dropped all the way down here to 50, that's when Bitcoin's price crashed back down to the 50 SMA. And so right now what we saw happen was Bitcoin's rally up to about $72,000, and then this long consolidation period pushed the RSI upwards of 88 and then brought it all the way down to 50 to bounce off of the 50 SMA, and now we're rallying back up for the high. Now, a lot of people think that we're at this stage in the market cycle and that the bull run's over and that we're going to go down from here. However, there is still a lot that is going to take place this year in the crypto market to be ready for, and the indicators are signaling that momentum is about to shift here over from bullish to bearish for Bitcoin's dominance. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's price would do bad. You know, Bitcoin's price could still continuously trend up the rest of this bull run, even if we saw, you know, consolidation back to the 50 SMA and a bounce for a blow off top at the end of this bull run. What it simply means is Bitcoin's dominance is getting ready to roll around and start trending to the downside, because when we look at the MACD on the weekly compared to the dominance chart right here with Bitcoin's dominance sitting at 57%, we just recently broke below this bullish channel of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and on the 2nd of December we broke this ascending support, but now we're back in the channel. Whereas when we look at the MACD, we're putting in a lower high, whereas the price chart was putting in higher highs this entire time. And so when we look right here, a bearish divergence simply means that the price chart at the top puts in a higher high, whereas the key indicator that you're looking at, whether it be the relative strength index or the MACD, puts in a lower high. And it shows that momentum is slowly rotating from the bullish trend over to a bearish trend, and we will see a trend reversal. Now, when that trend reversal comes is anyone's guess, but we just recently saw a bearish cross above the zero line on the 25th of November, where the MACD line in blue crossed below the signal line in orange. So what I would expect to happen for Bitcoin's dominance is for us to not reclaim the high of 60% on the 18th of November, and for us to trend sideways and eventually down, leading in to February, March, April, May, and June, as we did the last bull run right here at this stage in the market cycle, and even the bull run prior to the 2020-2021 bull run as well too. Now, what this would do for the relative strength index on the weekly is reset it for Bitcoin's market cap dominance down somewhere below 20, just like what happened all the way back here when Bitcoin's rally was over. And this would lead to a massive momentum shift and liquidity shift into the altcoin market. Even while Bitcoin breaks out and rallies even higher, it just means that more money, more liquidity is flowing into the altcoin market. Because when we look at the Bitcoin stock to flow model, you guys can see based on the color code from 1400 days to about 0 days until the next halving, where we are in this stage in the cycle compared to where we've been in the past. And if I zoom in here, you guys can see after Bitcoin's halving, when we transition from purple to red, we go through this consolidation phase right through the stock to flow line. And then when we transition from red to orange, we see the breakout above the previous high of March. And then when we transition from orange to yellow, well, let's just refresh the page right here and let's go back to the last bull run and let's see what happened. Not only last bull run, but every single bull run prior to this. Well, after Bitcoin's halving from purple to red, we consolidate. Going from red to orange, we break out. And then from orange to yellow, we form the first peak in the market cycle. Now, the last cycle was well above the Bitcoin stock to flow line. Even though we consolidated into the line and just bounced off of it, we saw the majority of the price action during the yellow phase before we transitioned to light green. So let's go back to the previous cycle. When we transition from purple to red after the halving, we consolidate at or below the stock to flow line. And then from orange to yellow, we saw the most explosive price action. Even light green for the previous cycle, Bitcoin extended well above the stock to flow line. Even the cycle before this one, we did the same thing. Even though the price chart looks a little different, we consolidate after Bitcoin's halving, going from purple to red. Then from red to orange, we break out. And then from orange to yellow, and arguably light green is the most explosive phase in the cycle above the stock to flow line. So going back to where we are right now, transitioning from orange to yellow, we are still below the stock to flow line. At this current stage in the cycle, the stock to flow line is $182,000, guys. At the end of the cycle right here, the top of it is at $400,000. So could we see Bitcoin go beyond $400,000 this year at the tail end of the cycle? Well, anything's possible. My price prediction for Bitcoin was around $190,000, but I still think Bitcoin is drastically undervalued at this stage in the cycle. And what's even more undervalued is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, because when we put Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator on the ETH to Bitcoin price chart, and also pair it up with the relative strength index on the weekly chart, we can see how Ethereum has performed to Bitcoin relative to the past during this yellow phase of the market cycle. For example, the last cycle we saw the bottom at blue to purple. Even the cycle prior to the previous one, we saw the same thing. The cycle bottom was at blue right here to purple, this transition, pretty much the same double bottom formation right here. Then we started the breakout of higher lows and higher highs, and inevitably when we transition from orange to yellow, we saw this pump, pullback, and then massive breakout above the ascending resistance. Now, the cycle before then was a little more parabolic for Ethereum because it had a lower market cap, where the breakout from purple was a lot more parabolic, the pullback for orange was a lot more drastic, and then the breakout for yellow right here at the top left-hand side of the screen was the most explosive. And then when we transitioned from yellow to light green and then light blue, that's when the bear market started to kick in for Ethereum, and Ethereum underperformed Bitcoin. Same thing happened last cycle. From yellow to light green, we barely had a higher high right here, and then the bear market started to kick in with this downtrend. And so my expectation over the next few months is for Ethereum to have a breakout. Ethereum is going to move, guys, because we've transitioned from orange to yellow, and just like the last cycle, we saw this initial first pump right here in the market cycle by the 25th of January 2021. We saw this initial pump right here is really small for Ethereum. It didn't really do that well, and it's still below its all-time high. Also, look at the relative strength index. We've been in a downtrend forming lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We see this descending resistance right here. Eventually, when Ethereum sees a breakout, I expect the relative strength index to move for Ethereum. Now, the reason why this is exciting is because when Ethereum moves, what does that mean for the altcoin market? Altcoins are going to move. And so we're going to see that liquidity shift flow into the top large cap projects. Now, XRP is one of them. XRP currently right now is in this falling wedge formation right here on the daily chart. We can see the relative strength index peaked out at 95 right here, and it's in a downtrend right here. So the RSI is attempting to break out back above 50. It's at 56 right here. So if XRP cannot clear and make a higher high from $2.35 right here, then we would most likely get rejected and stay in this downtrend until Ethereum starts to make the move. When Ethereum starts to make the move, then the rest of the large cap altcoins are going to make the move. And specifically, when Bitcoin's market cap dominance right here starts to break down, that's when altcoins are going to make the move, guys. So you have to be ready for this. In order for XRP to experience a massive liquidity injection and a massive breakout, Bitcoin's dominance would then fall off a shelf for that. So that's why it's super important to subscribe to the channel, pay attention to these videos, because we show you key things to look for. You do not buy into the markets when things are overbought on macro timeframes like the weekly or the monthly, even the daily. If the RSI is above 90 on the daily, that you're buying into these peaks right here at $2.90, and then you see your portfolio go down if you're brand new to the market, 20-30% in the short term. You want to be buying when the relative strength index is close to 30, at 30, or below 30. So right now it's at 56. If you're buying this breakout for XRP right now, and we see it get rejected from this descending resistance, also the resistance from the 21st of December, the 24th of December, it's retesting it right again, you're buying into a resistance. What you want to wait for is for it to clear the resistance, hold it as support, and even arguably we want to see it clear $2.65 that it tried to do all the way back here, that it wicked above it but then closed below it on the 17th of December. So we need to clear these key levels in order to see XRP continue the uptrend on the macro scale, because in the short term we're in a downtrend. Now on the macro, we are still in an uptrend because we've been forming higher highs and higher lows. We haven't broke the low of $1.90 that it formed on the 10th of December with that first initial pullback. We're just consolidating right now within this range of support and resistance. So whatever happens within this range is irrelevant until we break a key critical resistance, which in my opinion would be like $2.70 right here, where this wick was at right here and where we closed back on the 8th of December. We need to clear that level right here to really tell me that XRP is going to start to move. Otherwise, we're just going to consolidate within this range, potentially trade to the downside, and watch the RSI bottom out on or near 30 before reversing to the upside. And breaking news just hit with Ripple releasing $500 million from their monthly escrow for XRP, but they put an interesting memo right here. It said January 20th is around the corner. Donald Trump will be in the White House, and we are going to make crypto great again. So what's happening as well? 19 days until Gary Gensler steps down as the SEC chair. So this is the Trump pump that I was talking about in yesterday's video. I do expect XRP leading into January 20th to see a pump, even if we see a rejection right here. Eventually, I think the bottom is going to get bought up for XRP, you guys can see if I clear the chart right here, you can see these wicks showing massive buy-side demand from the bulls stepping in and purchasing the price back up roughly around $2. This massive candle wicks right here, this massive candle wick right here, massive candle wick right here. And so if the price comes back down within this range, that's when I would expect XRP to see a bounce. I think we're going to hold $1.90 to $2. Now, if we break below it, something catastrophic would have to happen in the crypto market, and there would need to be a mass liquidation event. Otherwise, I just think XRP is coiling up right now, getting ready for a massive breakout and a massive move to the upside leading into January 20th, because the news about Gary Gensler stepping down, Trump getting into office is so bullish because of what Trump has been saying over the past few months, specifically when we go to the US debt clock, talking about paying off the US debt of 36 trillion with a little crypto check, a little Bitcoin check. So that's why it's important for us guys to think bigger, because the US dollar has taken such a massive hit in the last 4 years, losing 20% of its value, and we could potentially see the Department of Government Efficiency audit the Federal Reserve, opening the books for the Fed and what they've been doing over the past 100 years. There's crazy high costs of US military jet technology that's unaccounted for. The US spent $28 million on licensing fees for green camo and an Afghan army uniforms in a country that's 80% desert. Does that make any sense? The USDebtClock.org has been hinting at a new US Treasury dividend dollar, which is new money for a new America. They're showing a zero sign with the slash through it, basically signaling a wiping out of the US national debt, which would be a great reset. A picture right here of Jerome Powell saying, "I can't be fired," in the Department of Government Efficiency right here at the top. So I'm sure they could find a way to get rid of him. As we go into the American super cycle, a golden age of wonders that's written in the stars as we see constellations right here over the United States. And what's more powerful than all the money in the world? That's an idea. And what is that idea? Well, it is to back the dividend dollar based on redeemable assets like gold, silver, copper, oil, and other commodities right here, to bypass the Fed banking cartel for the new USA Treasury dividend dollar. So will this cause a massive breakout for gold, for silver that's been suppressed for years, where the real ratio for silver, if we go to the USDebtClock.org and we look on the right hand side of the screen here that shows the dollar to silver ratio, showing that it should be anywhere between $1,100 per ounce to $1,500 per ounce, and gold should be anywhere from $9,000 to $12,000 per ounce. Will we see a massive surge in silver and gold as there's a massive swap out in debt for wealth from the Fed to the people in 2025? You see the date right here, they put 1913, and 2025 is the year that everything changes, where we the people shall repossess the US Treasury dividend dollar, but the meek shall inherit the land and delight themselves in abundant prosperity. The crime for the century since 1913, where the Federal Reserve created this Ponzi scheme that will be collapsing this year, guys, as the dollar completely loses its spending power, and we all see massive liquidity injections of hundreds of billions of dollars into the crypto market. I think that's what's going to happen this year, and I'm excited. I'm beyond blessed to witness history and help you guys capitalize on it to make the most amount of money possible within the altcoin market. For example, our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself
on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses, just go through the link in the description below. Get in right now. Watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.